Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ravenholm and welcome back for another episode on the Cosmic multiplayer server. We have a little bit of fun lined up for today's episode, but first, before we go anywhere, I'd just like to show you something. Now, in the previous episodes, we discussed the delivery stations, and I've been dropping off lots of goodies for all the other players to help them along with their various builds. And one of the persons that we've been delivering to is XChrissyy. And I came on the other day to find that in the import area, he has left us an entire chest, or barrel even, of vines. Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? What slot am I in? And we have this message from him here. It's, "Hi Dr. Ravenholm, do it for the vine. I hope this helps you with your future projects and can't wait to see what they are." And this of course is all from XChrissyy. Now, we'll of course have links to his channel there in the description because he technically plays a prominent role in the episode that is coming just up today there. I'm just going to pop this back in here, but this is an absolute awesome gift, and it must have gone through an absolute ton of shears to amass an entire barrel's worth of vines. And what we're going to do now is, I think, because we have this large amount of vines, I think somewhere in the plains through the other side of here, I think we're going to have to build a massive elaborate castle structure here, because of that sheer volume of vines. We're going to be able to do a lot of detailing on a castle down there. I'll have a little think about it. I'll have to come up with some designs, and if we're really lucky, maybe some of the other players might come and join us on the build of whatever we choose to build out there. Because I think that would be another fun to have like a little more of a collaboration project with some of the other players, especially with all the resources we've got. And somewhere out there as well, I'm going to build that giant automatic cobble generator. So that mixed with that, we're going to be able to build some awesome builds. I think I might actually decorate some of this, because the iron farm itself is it was the blocks I had available at the time, but I think we're gonna have to decorate all this as well, because it looks very boring, doesn't it? The cobble there. But anyway, what we're going to do is today, though, is we are meeting up with xEmity, and we're going to actually be playing a little prank on XChrissyy. So what we're going to show you now is a collection of clips from mine and xEmity's little adventure up to his base. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope we don't upset XChrissyy too much. So take a look at this next segment, and I'll meet you all back here afterwards.
I have the doors, I have the trapdoors, I'm ready to go.
I've got all the redstone, and I grabbed a few doors that I had lying around in a chest as well.
This is going to be amazing.
Oh, you've got your block noises turned down because it's going to make a hell of a racket. I had to mute it in the test world. Last night I installed a train line for him when I got back on, so...
Such a scenic ride.
I also brought note blocks as well, so that we can attach those to the observers.
Brilliant. I feel like me and XChrissyy are kind of like Ender and Storms. We just end up pranking each other on like continuously.
When I watched his video and I saw the door thing, the first thing that went through my head is, oh, we could have more fun with observers with that.
I do try my best to annoy XChrissyy as much as I can. How big do you want this? I
don't know. Should we do 10 for this one, maybe? Well, there's like a double configuration we could do for this one. And then let's see, we want to be the first two set of observers down. Then I'll have to dig underneath so that I can place the other ones.
I'll work on that.
I do this every time with observers. I keep forgetting which way around they have to go. Where's the red?
Well, you know more than me, so I can't really say much.
If you want fun redstone contraptions, just take a look at the Stargate that I built.
Yeah, I definitely saw that in your video.
Right, and now we'll place some doors on top of this one. We'll sort of place them like that. So like on either side, and it makes like a little corridor in the middle.
Yeah. I love it.
There we go, and that's as far as that bit goes. And then I just need to go and attach a couple of these down here. Randomise the notes a bit.
He's going to see this and instantly say, "Oh, M did this."
Yeah, I'll be completely innocent. It's fine. It won't be. Well, until I can get this episode out, it'll have to wait till after Halloween because I've already got that one scheduled.
Yeah, I've got Halloween one done.
It might get a bit confusing because I did the intro to that I did 4 weeks ago, and the build I did 3 weeks ago. So at the beginning of it, I walked past your shop and I put a request in for vines, but I don't need those now. That's going to drive them nuts, isn't it?
It's already amazing. I love it.
And we can do like individual ones as well. If I'll just drill down here a bit. Actually, 2 more blocks. So it'll be dirt on the top, and then I want that observer there. Then I'll hop back out, put another observer down. So I was thinking we'll just like scatter like a few individual ones as well, dotted around for as long as the observers hold out. I've got 46 left, so that's half of that. I don't think we can. Actually, I've got some torches. We might be able to trigger some with the redstone torches as well.
Or just do a load of these.
That noise is horrendous.
I bet it is.
If you like stand here and look straight down them as well, it's kind of like a really weird effect going down as though the.
Beautiful.
Are we doing them around here, or should we do some on the other side as well, just to spread the volume out?
Oh, totally. Just amplify it. There's loads of space over here.
We'll get some trapdoor ones laid out over here.
You could always do something nice and actually move all his cows into a pen. Because they're all out here just wandering around.
I'm just thinking, could we round them up into a square of doors? And then have other doors like open and closing rapidly all around the cows?
I have a lot of wheat on me because I did my farms just before we came in. I got all the cows now.
All in that one bit, yeah. It sort of sounds like in the background like a 1950s sci-fi film, you know, with the aliens coming down just with a buzzing from the air.
I'm going to put up my volume just to hear this.
Just get myself lost in this cave now.
I like how you're down there being all techie and I'm up here just staring at some cows.
I've already got 3 observers left. I believe we used over a stack just in a few minutes.
It's already sounding great. That's already really loud.
I'm sort of lagging out onto them.
It's like they're doing it like a Mexican rave or something.
fill in these couple of holes. And I'm getting stuck in the trapdoors. Right, so we need 3 more observers. I don't suppose you would have any quartz here we could nick and I can just give them a stack later on.
I don't know, you might.
Let's have a look. Oh, he does have some quartz. I'll bring him a stack later on.
I mean, he'll totally understand what it's for. I mean, this is definitely a contraption that he will need in his life.
There we go.
The cows are getting out.
They're getting launched as well.
How to make your own cow launcher.
Let's see, on a dab of redstone, a bit of that, and one of them. So
One way to annoy him.
how many would we need for that one? I suppose on the bright side, at least when he goes through, you'll find there's a train line been set up for him.
Oh, hello, zombie. Ah, I killed a cow. We won't tell him that.
Nope. We'll temporarily put a small technical issues bit in the video.
This is amazing. I love it.
Anyone ask this was your idea? There we go, that gives us another 11 observers. We can put some more stuff scattered around as well.
Nice. I got it.
You got one as well, yeah.
Yeah, I can't get out.
There we go, do you think that should keep them in?
Yeah. Temporarily.
At least until he comes back on. And as well, if you want to put one, maybe he's buried underground, maybe we could always go like right underneath the centre of his base, maybe and put like a flapping door and a note block.
Yeah.
How deep does this go? Oh, it's only 1 block deep, that's alright.
I don't think he mutes his Minecraft either, so this is gonna be great.
Let's see, one there. I suppose I could probably just attach the door directly to it, can't I? Yeah.
How about here?
Just here, yeah.
He's gonna love this, I know he is.
Yeah, he'd probably keep it in his base forever, I would imagine.
Should we do it up here? Kind of like in the middle.
Just here?
Yeah. He's gonna be like walking down here and then he sees that just
Flapping in the distance.
it's like, what?
Well, it's Halloween, we'll tell him it's the ghosts that are opening and closing all the doors.
I really want to see his reaction, but I don't know.
Fingers crossed he'll record it, or do we send him do we send him a message saying that record as soon as you get on next?
I mean, I can message him. Ah, the perfect prank.
And I'll come back later on and I'll bring him a couple of stacks of quartz from me mountain. Just to replace. I don't know actually how much I took. I think it was 1.5 stacks out of here, but if I give him a couple, that'll be alright. That'll cover it.
Yeah. Compensation.
Yep.
I mean, not like the doors aren't compensation enough.
And 2 stacks of observers.
Yeah.
Welcome back everyone. I hope you all enjoyed that little fun prank, and I hope Chrissy is not too upset. Fingers crossed he shows us his reaction in his next upcoming episodes. But I would like to note that the official report will indicate that it was all Emity's idea. And speaking of Xemity, in a live stream that we did recently, she set us off on an adventure which got us some much needed Neverwort, and that has allowed us to build our potion factory, which I'm going to show you here now. So you see, I've made some modifications under the iron farm, the collection area, and I have built my automatic potion brewing factory. There is a small update I will add to this, just because the lag on the server for the redstone is a bit of a problem, so I've designed a system which is lagless and it causes no issue to the build. So basically, if you follow my tutorial for building the automatic potion brewers, and this is also the bedrock compatible version, we simply need to bring it out one block. Instead of having the L shape, we have a T shape, and we have to put an extra repeater in there just to carry the signal up that extra block. And similarly, on the top here, we now, instead of having the comparator go into the block to change its charge, we now have that charge a repeater, which then does the same thing. And that there eliminates any lag issues, and allows all these to function properly. And as I said, this works in Bedrock as well, so it doesn't rely on any of these zero tick like pulses on with slime, sorry, sticky pistons even. But we've got a canny few potions here because I just let the machine go through, and you can see we've got all of those here, and lots of these I've been brewing these up because we are going to be using these for our end expedition when we eventually have the end event. I've actually prepared a room downstairs where you can see here that there is a bunk for everybody, and there is workstations at the other end there. So there's 16 bunks here, one of each colour. Some of them I've already been approached and put names on to claim them. I've of course had to move my bed because Just Dash wanted red, which was my original one, so I've just had to shift myself over here to the grey, because no one else is going to accept grey, are they? But anyway, what we're going to have a look at now quickly is a challenge, because as I said, to complete our potion factory, Xemity set us on a little adventure which got us the Neverwort that we needed to finish our build. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set Xemity a little challenge, because I've made a new farm which I know is definitely going to help her immensely with her builds, because she requires lots of bone meals to make dyes for her dye shops. And what I've done is I've set up another little farm. So if we just hop through, and you'll see here I finally got round to setting up our skeleton spawner here. So what we've got here is that you've seen me build this before, so you can go and check out my tutorial on the Bedrock world for that, because it's basically the same idea. So you can see there's some spawning in there. The only difference is, of course, with this version is you can't move hoppers with pistons in Java. So we've had to. It's not as efficient as what you can build them in the Bedrock world because of that. But still, you can see there they go in, they get shot up. You can also check out my tutorials on how to build mob elevators after the aquatics update. Oh, who's this fella here has come? Is he going to come and work the farm for us? But you see here, you can see them, they're shooting up there, and then a few moments later they drop down here to their death. And you have the choice as well here. You can just let them drop to their death, and you can collect all the spawns, or let's see if I just tap F1. This is the only thing I've got on me. They do drop down here with a single hit of health, so you can get the XP off them if you wish to. But let's just put that into just quickly kill them mode. Are you coming to work the farm? Are you going to sit in the AFK spot? So I did this little bit out of glass as well, so that you can see everyone moving. But as I say, you've seen me build one of these in another tutorial. Granted, that tutorial is rather grainy. I think back then I didn't have the right settings set up on OBS. Let's just close that there, because what we're going to do now is we are going to set a challenge for Xemity should she choose to accept it. So let's just zoom up here, and typically it's raining. What we would like here is I would like some sort of a surface entrance to our base, well, to our farm even. And I think we are going to challenge xEmity to see if she can come up with some kind of cool structure or like a house, a building, or like a garden area perhaps, so that there is a safe entrance, because at the minute we just have a rather dirty hole in the ground here, which is just to get in and out of the farm, and that's for the surface entrance. I know we have the nether entrance, but I would still like a nice structure built above all the farms as well, so that you can trek to them over land as well. Plus as well, come out here and there's a good amount of trees that we can harvest and replant as well in this area. There's quite a big gap there as well, so it could be sort of a dual purpose area. But to that end, actually I'll tell you what, because there is a lot of creepers that come around here, I'm not going to take the risk. Let's go back downstairs and I'll show you the book that I prepared that we're going to deliver to xEmity. So let's have a look in here. So we've got Dear xEmity, you recently set me off on an expedition to find a special treasure of Neverwort that allowed me to complete my automatic potion factory. I would now like to set you a challenge. I have built a new farm for us, however its surface entrance is nothing more than a hole in the ground, far from the comforts of a hobbit hole, and in fact a nasty dirty hole filled with creepers, zombies, Mr. Meeseeks, worms and oozy smells, with nothing in it to sit down on or to eat. Let's see who in the comments can guess what I've rearranged to come up with the text on that. So your challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to build a safe entrance and garden area for the new farm, and I leave the design, terraforming and block palette entirely to your imagination. Upon successful completion of your challenge, you will receive 32 diamonds, because I know from your previous episode you said you were running low on diamonds and we're going to have to go mining for some soon. And then of course we have the entrance to the farm, so we're going to drop that off at xEmity's house. Okay, so we are here now at xEmity's house, and we are going to pop that book in her mailbox, and we are going to flick that lever so that she knows when she gets back on that there is a message there waiting for her. I will of course send her a message on Discord as well there. So there we go. I think we'll call it a day there on that episode. So I hope you all enjoyed that, and I hope, Chrissy, that you're not too upset. I look forward to seeing your reaction though in a future video. Although on the bright side, you have managed to get probably over 2 stacks of observers out of the deal, as well as a considerable number of doors and trapdoors. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to rate, comment, favourite and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.